I feel like...
So, welcome to Kids Around Dogs. I'm Debbie Lacken, and I'm the founder of Kids Around Dogs. For those of you who don't know, we are an association of dog trainers and dog behaviorists, all qualified positive professionals who specialize in working with families, with children and dogs, so that both kids and dogs can live happily together and safely together. And we also work with children who are scared of dogs. One beautiful features of Kids Around Dogs is the library. And we present a book every couple of weeks. We have an author of the Kids Around Dog library. And today I'm super, super happy to introduce Monique Rowe to the show. Hi, Monique. So Monique, you're all the way from New Zealand.
Yes.
How is life in New Zealand?
Okay, although we've just locked down because now we have the Delta variant.
Oh no, oh gosh.
So yeah.
Never ends. This nightmare is so annoying, isn't it?
So now the only time I get out of my house is to walk my dog, which is,
So is your dog there? He is. I like that he's like always present.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So have you got your beautiful book, Shall I Pat Pat, with you?
Yes, I do. It is right here if you can.
There it is. So pretty, it's so cute, I tell you. Like it's the illustration by Rebecca Gibbs are beautiful, really cute, really colorful, really like attractive. I really like it. So like so well done, Rebecca. She might be watching. She's not live today, but thank you, Rebecca. Really great job.
Yes, she's wonderful, and her work is beautiful. So yeah, she's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So how did it all start for you, Monique? How did you decide to become an author?
Well, I didn't really plan to be an author, but my dad got sick and I was looking for something to do for him for Christmas. And I found a little poem that I'd written about him when I was a child, watching him chase a fly around the house, chased by dogs and a cat and a roll of paper. So I decided to get it illustrated, and I heard about Rebecca and spoke to Rebecca, and she did some beautiful drawings. So we did this book together, and my dad loved it, and then kids started loving it. So that's what got me started.
Oh, yeah. Is that book still around?
Yep, under this pile.
Under the pile. Oh.
Yeah. So my background.
I saw the cover on your website as well. By the way,
yes.
I will put the website, and there is your international website, and there is your UK website specifically. So I'm gonna make sure to put both of them on this post afterwards.
Yes.
So obviously you are now with Shall I Pat Pat, which is the book that is part of the cat library, is specifically for kids' safety around dogs, but also respecting dogs. So what made you want to write about this particular topic?
Well, I have I have a goddaughter, Kaylee, who I wanted to find something like this for, and her mother asked me if I could write a book about petting dogs because she couldn't really find anything out there. So I started writing a little poem, and it kind of went from there, and now it's a book. But then it became more than just dogs that kids might come across, walking in a bush or anything, and down the path, because there's obviously a lot of people that use dogs for a lot of different reasons and a lot of different jobs that dogs have. So I decided that I needed to cover a lot more than I had thought. So it actually turned into quite a big project to get all different kinds of dog jobs and all different kinds of people and all different kinds of dogs into the book.
Well, in fact, I'm quite happy that you already mentioned that, because as you can imagine, I go through quite a few books, on this topic, because it's my job, and obviously I love it too. And what I particularly like about Should I Pet Pat is that you present a range of breeds of dogs as well. So it's not just, just one breed and just, work through the book with that one dog. But there is different breeds, which is, really good for kids to see different kind of dogs as such, or to even learn about them. Some kids might just not even quite realize. The other thing I really like is also the fact that, and you mentioned it now, you also introduce the kind of jobs that dogs do for us humans. One of them, for instance, you show a beautiful illustration as well, and you mentioned the fact that a dog could be an assistant dog, for example, and we ought to respect that. Did you think about the jobs that the dogs do for humans because of something in particular, or was it kind of an idea that you had? What made you think of that?
Well, for a start, the different kinds of jobs. I changed my background so you can actually see the book.
Oh, your dog is gone though.
The different kinds of dogs I did because if I did one kind of dog, then children might think that it's just that kind of dog that would have a job, and also kids have different kinds of dogs. I just see different kinds of dogs, so I thought it was best to cover as many as I could, and Rebecca was fantastic in putting so many different kinds of dogs in there. Honestly, it was beautiful. And and there are so many people that have even written articles that I've read asking people to not pet their dogs, and I guess when a child runs up to a dog that really can't be petted and hasn't been trained that way, that it can put the dog off, and if the dog gets put off, then the owner could be in trouble. Especially if that dog is helping someone to navigate a path. So I thought if I could give children something to do instead of rushing up to a dog, like in the book I have, let me find it. I kind of like to do, I kind of say, right here, if the dog has a job to do. So this one. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. Hopefully I can see. Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah, so the dog has a job to do. What do you think you should say? Good dog, I salute you, and then you walk away. So they have something to do, so they look at the dog and they decide if the dog has a job or if it's just being walked. And if it does have a job, if it's wearing like a little harness with, guide dog or something on it, then they're able to kind of say, good dog, I salute you, and then they walk away.
It's lovely. It's so good as well, because you can still say hello to the dog, but you don't have to go and approach the dog. It can be from a distance, and you can still say hi, I salute you. I love that. Very army, really lovely, and it's funny, and you can still do it. No one's gonna say not to that, but we need to keep our distances. So it's brilliant. It keeps the kids safe. The dog is respected. The job is respected. The human also, because as you say, the dog could be put off by a child approaching him, and he might not be able to help the human the way he's supposed to. So it could be then a risk of safety there as well. So fantastic there. I love that it rhymes as well, your book. I love rhymes.
Yeah, I read it to kindergarten, and it was wonderful because it really showed me that the kids loved it, and even the parents and teachers were giggling to themselves. And I had the kids all standing up, good dog, I salute you. And
that is so cute.
But then they were walking away off the mat. I was like, come back.
Also, without spoiling anything, but there is also little activities, if you like, at the end, little tests on have you learned what to do, kind of thing. Really, I love that. So I like the fact that he has different variation to the classic, the classic safety around dog kind of books. So, really happy with that.
That's kind of interactive.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the mom as well, mom or dad or whoever reads a book to them, teacher, any carer, they can have a kind of interaction with the kids and they can do something. So I love that. Really, really interesting. So what is next for you? Have you got any future project? What's on the horizon?
Yes, I have a pile of books that I'm working on. So it's just trying to afford to get them illustrated and printed, and self-publishing is really expensive, so it's going to be a slow process, but I have another book being worked on now, so that's exciting. So that one hopefully will come out at some stage soon, and I'm hoping to work on another one with the Department of Conservation, maybe, hopefully. To do with some of our native birds and their protection and things. So, and then I'd love to write some more dog books, obviously. So, whereas, dogs are my passion.
Yeah, of course. Is your dog in any of the books that you write about?
In the Fly That Flew, the two border collies are both my dogs. They were their names were Coffee and Prozac.
Well, perfect names for those breed of dogs.
But I got Tessa in between the two, or actually after I'd written Should I Pet Pat, so she's not in there, but she was a rehome, and I think that anyone who loses a dog should definitely get a rehome, because it's very healing for someone who's lost a dog, I believe. Well, she's been one.
Yeah, I think as well that when we lost Pixel, our first dog, we then adopted Wilco, and he needed rehoming, so we adopted him. So it felt like we might have been rescuing him, but he was rescuing us as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's incredibly healing, and then you don't get that guilt that you've gone out.
True. Yeah. That's very true, actually. I always have ask this question to all of the authors that come and talk to us. Do you have a favorite author or a favorite book that that maybe you like to reread again, or that just made an impact on you?
Yes, and this is quite a recent one, really, but Margaret Mayhe. I don't know if you've heard of Margaret Mayhe.
I haven't. Okay. Oh, that's a lovely cover.
Circle inside of it, but this is Dashing Dogs.
So what's the topic in that book?
I mean, this one, I don't know what the topic really is, but we can all relate to a dog.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I think we can all relate to that.
We can all relate to dogs.
Yeah, and, oh my God.
Yeah. It's about this family that takes their dog out, and the dog's all lovely and preened and looks beautiful. And they're, like walking along with their dog, and then the dog starts rushing off after things and gets them in all sorts of trouble. And then by the end of it, they just love him how he is. It's beautiful.
Well, funny, last week, Molly and I went for a little walk in the park with Winnie at a local park. And in there was this massive puddle, and Winnie obviously had to go in. It was from beige, from golden to brown and mud. And then she was walking, and Molly was like, "Can I have an ice cream?" All right. So we went to the ice cream parlor, and with Winnie covered in mud, and everyone was looking at her going, "She had a great time." I mean, she did. Me, not so much. Oh gosh, the dog trainer dog, eh?
Do you know that the park I walk Tessa through? And it was actually able to hand out my card to people. But the Department of Conservation, they do walks with children through the book. Have little plant ID stations and everything around the place, and this one group of school kids came through, and I was walking through with Tessa, and I'd had her for a week. This is really the first walk I'd done with her. So all these kids just went hands and jumping around and giggling, and I had no idea what she was like. So it really made me feel good about what I'd written, because that was kind of frightening, and you really don't know what a dog's going to do, even if you know the dog well in different situations.
Yeah, when it's too much as well. Even the best of dogs can feel stressed when situations are overwhelming. Hats off to most dogs for enduring so much.
Yeah. Yes.
So Monique, thank you so much for for chatting to me this evening. It's been so lovely to talk to you and to read your book, to talk about your book in general is a fantastic one. And I hope you let me know of future ones when you're ready.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. And
thank
you, everyone.
See you later. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.